Hello there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming, and I hope you stay till the end. So, before we get started, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and like my content. If you'd like to say anything or, comment something, if you relate to any of the things I'm going to tell you, please be sure to leave a comment or anything. Thank you so much, and let's get into the video. So, if you've seen my previous videos, you've seen me filming in Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, although the scholarship I kept talking about is in Indonesia. So, what am I doing in Malaysia? Why am I here? To tell you this, I'm going to start from the September of 2022, when I had started embarking on my final project, thesis writing, research, undergraduate thesis, and etc. So while we were discussing the preliminaries, proposals and stuff like that with my supervisor, he just casually asked what my TOEFL score was. I speak English, obviously, and many people in my university don't. So as a requirement, we all have to take TOEFLs, as a requirement to graduate, we have to take English tests. So I told him my results, and he was quite impressed because it's pretty high. And when I told him, he also told me about a mobility program in Malaysia, and he asked me if I was interested. Now, I don't know what at the time I didn't know what a mobility program was, and he told me it's some kind of exchange program. And yeah, I was sold at Malaysia, going abroad, and he told me he will give me more information about it. And, we just kind of left it there. About 2 weeks go by, and at this point, I kind of, forgot all about that. But then I got a message from him, from my supervisor, and he was telling me I have a meeting with the Malaysian lecturers from the university, UCSI. And we had a meeting to talk about the mobility program. So at that moment, I remembered what he had told me, about that, like 2 weeks ago, he had told me about that. And so UCSI, I don't know what that means. Turns out it was a university. I had to Google it, to know more information about UCSI, where it was, everything about it. So I had to go to Google, YouTube, and all that good stuff. And so the meeting happened, and I don't know, up until that moment, it was kind of like a dream or some kind of a joke because I didn't know it was going to happen. I'm an international student in Indonesia. So how am I going to get another scholarship, to go to another country? How does that work? Because I had never heard of something like that. And when we talked with the UCSI's lecturers, they said it might not be a problem, and I just kept hoping. We'll see when I get the admission, when I go to immigration, see if they allow me. If they say I'm not allowed to get out of the country, then we'll see when that comes, In the meantime, we had to do applications, to make preparations and everything like that. Now, that meant that I had to finish my thesis or some of my projects in Malaysia at UCSI, and even do the final exam at UCSI. I thought it was going to be an easy process, the application, the admission, the flights. I thought it was going to all be like to take a month or two, or maybe even 2 weeks. Boy, was I wrong. So September ended, October came, and it ended, and we hadn't even started the applications yet. So I decided to just go through with my project and just finish it, or just do it until whenever. So I just kept on doing my project and doing my other stuff. Wait, if I'm meant to come to Malaysia, I'll come for sure. I did my projects, finished them. November ended, December came to the middle, still nothing. And then around 15th or 16th of December, we got the admission letters. We had been admitted, but we had to, finish some other stuff, enrollment forms, courses, pay some fees, all the fees that, that were required to be paid. And so we did that. I mean, I didn't do it. It was my university in Indonesia. They did that, paid that stuff, And at that point, I thought it was going to take maybe one more week. One more week, and then I'll come to Malaysia. That was another, dream that didn't come true. I had to wait. January came, the new year came and still nothing. Around the 2nd or 3rd of January, then we got other stuff that we needed to do. Visa application. It's like a visa approval letter that we have to fill in and to apply to immigration, so that we can get our visas, stuff like that. Now I got that visa approval letter, but as it turns out, I didn't need a entry visa. I only needed a student pass. So after I got the visa approval letter, I just had to get on a flight and come. But then my colleagues, I was coming with 2 more students from Indonesia. 3 actually, but the 3rd one hasn't even come yet. His stuff is still, coming. I think it took some kind of a turtle, still on the way coming. So I had to wait for those people, and that's why it took a bit longer. I had to wait 2 more weeks for them to get approved and get their visas. And finally, towards the end of January, we got our flights booked, and that's when I started to see light at the end of the tunnel, That's when I started to think, okay, maybe I'm really going to Malaysia. Maybe now I'm going, But I still hadn't, I still wasn't in the clear, because I'm still having that fear, I'm an international student. How can I be allowed to go to another country on another scholarship, How can I do that? How is that, even allowed? How is it possible? But I just kept leaving everything to Allah, If I'm meant to go to Malaysia, then I will go. And if I'm not meant to go, then no matter what we do, no matter what we try, then I won't go. We prepared our luggage, went to the airport on the 2nd of February. That was when we were flying to Malaysia. Everything, immigration, my turn took a bit of time, it took like 10 minutes trying to go through immigration, customs and that stuff, because I had to show them my passport, and it's a Ugandan passport. But I'm Indonesian. I'm trying to go to another country. I don't know how that works, but whatever. And also I had to show them my student visa in Indonesia, to show them that I'm indeed a student, So I had to show them that. And then after maybe 10 minutes or 11 minutes, I got cleared, and that was time to board our plane. So journey Indonesia and then coming to Malaysia on a scholarship, and it's a full ride, both of them. I don't get to pay a penny. I don't get to pay anything. It's all free on my side. And there, I'm gonna be here until the end of April this year, and being here means I have to get a stipend, a monthly stipend for this month from here, and then well, I'll talk about that in another video. So thank you. I hope you get something from this. Maybe you can also try it, even if you're an international student somewhere. If there is opportunities like that, you can take it. Don't be afraid. Don't say, oh, I'm an international student here. How am I going to be considered for an exchange program to another country, So don't be afraid. Just go for it. Test your luck. You'll never know. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I love you so much, and goodbye.